What's up, YouTube? Blaze here, and I'm back with another reaction video. Okay, so this was a clip from on the live stream I did of reactions 2 weeks ago. I never published this as an official YouTube video until now. Basically, it was FLEEKAZOID's take on Arc Raiders outbeating Call of Duty Black Ops 7. And yes, I know where this... We all know where this is going. To put it bluntly, Black Ops 7 is a freaking joke. Anyway. Yeah, so... Considering how brutally honest Fleek was when I did a reaction to his review of Doom the Dark Ages, I imagine this is probably going to be a lot worse. Yeah, Activision really screwed the pooch on this one. Anyways, if you guys are ready, I know I am. Let's get this over with.
I didn't come looking for no Call of Duty. I came here looking for that Matt booty. Call of Duty was once the gold standard for historical shooters, flawlessly weaving history into a linear action game that captivated you.
Stop, baby.
Now, we're dropping space machetes out of the sky on Menendez while they blast mariachi music because he's a spicy quesadilla. All people wanted was a shoot-a-man game where a guy that looks like a shoulder is shooting another guy that looks like a soldier. So what does Call of Duty do? They make me fight zombies on a fucking Smash Bros map. What does Battlefield do? Make money. What does Arc Raiders do? People call me slurs while they beg for their lives. It reminds me of my youth. Call of Duty? They should have been a Call of Players. Ain't nobody playing this shit. Between ramming Five Guys and Battlefield, gamers don't have money for anything else. And even if they did, this...
Yeah, especially considering it was only until now that the RAM crisis is starting to cool down a bit. Ugh. The one thing that pissed me off about that is the fact that I couldn't get the Steam machine in March, and I gotta wait until June. Which sucks.
This game's greatest achievement is proving Activision can count to 7. This campaign is so bad that you get a free mode for beating it, but only 3 people ended up doing that, so they had to open it up to everyone. And by everyone, I mean the 6 other people that played it through Game Pass. For reference, this campaign is 3 hours long. People can't make it through 3 hours. Black Ops 4 had a better campaign than this. If you don't know, that game didn't have a campaign.
Yeah, no, it was kind of like Black Ops meets, I don't know what kind of shooter game, Fortnite maybe? When I tried it, it ended up crashing and nearly breaking my PS4 as a result. I'm not even joking about this.
You are now in on the funny. You may laugh. Spicy quesadilla! Here's a fun fact. Arc Raiders tripled every Call of Duty's player count, proving that if you just put proximity chat in a game, people will endure anything. If Arc Raiders feels like Sisyphus, Black Ops 7 feels like syphilis. Now, I'm not a big hyperbolizer, you know, I don't like to hyperbolize things, but the brain rot that this game has inflicted upon me will permanently impact the course of my bloodline. But it could be worse. I played this game for 5 hours and still got a refund. Gaben, you sexy beast! Just for you, I'm gonna go buy 5 more games that I won't play. Buy a couple throw pillows for the super yacht. On me! And to any remaining Black Ops defenders out there, I'm sorry, but 3 hours is not normal size. It is below average, and something like that would never satisfy anybody.
Yeah. One of my friends would say if they ever played this, they would never get that time back. Never.
You hear that? You don't have to keep lying to yourself like this. It won't get any bigger. To get us started, they removed all the fun because it was getting in the way of the cash shop. How can they expect to sell Nicki Minaj skins if the campaign has a pause button? This campaign...
At least these Modern Warfare with all the wacky skin stuff looks decent. I said looks decent, not completely decent. I haven't touched a modern Call of Duty game since probably 2016, 2017. And at that time, it was called Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, which had somewhat of a decent story, but I think Activision and Treyarch, or Raven, I don't know which studio, because they bounced back from... Because Activision has literally 3 different studios making COD games. It's not even funny. Really? Again with that? Did these guys ever quit? Anyway. Sorry about that last second tangent. Anyway. Yeah. So, back to my rant. Honestly, I think whichever game studio spent most of the Activision big bucks in terms of the department was actors, because of the fact that they got Kit Harington, who played Jon Snow in Game of Thrones. And I will forget that Season 8 ever happened, and that Season 7.
Is a gateway drug to Warzone. They put you on a Warzone map, they have you using Warzone mechanics, and they even shove you into a multiplayer lobby so you get used to being disappointed by your teammates. I'm just trying to make it through this bullshit, and now I've got to wait for my teammate to come back from being AFK so I can progress the story?
Yeah. Oh wait, no, that's not true. Last modern COD game I ever played was Black Ops 6. After that, it was just pretty much regret and disappointment.
Wow, I'm sitting in the final boss area for 15 minutes waiting to progress. I'm just thinking the game broke, right? Wrong. Turns out my teammate can't figure out the fucking where's my water minigame. I'd yell at him, but he's probably 8 years old. And on top of that, they let your teammates talk during cutscenes, so now their stunning insight is not...
Oh, man, really? That just breaks immersion altogether.
Exclusive to multiplayer.
Take out every major city from Beijing to New York.
So I say, fuck it, I'll just go and play this solo. At least I can pause in solo. And that's when the ghost of Bobby goes, you can't pause. So I walk away from my computer to take a lunch break, do a little light reading, came back, kicked.
Bobby Kodak, I can't really say anything.
For inactivity. So now when I gotta take a piss, I gotta do it during the cutscenes. But now here's the problem. When I go to get up, we're in some traditional Japanese gardens, and when I sit back down, I see a reminder to refund this shit as soon as I finish. I didn't know all that booty speak about competing with TikTok meant we were gonna start turning the games into brain rot. What are gonna be the bosses in Black Ops 8? Cappuccino Assassino, Chimpanzini, Bananini, Tralalero, Tralala,
The worst part is the reason why this was implemented. It's because everyone knows Black Ops 7 was created through AI. Literally the worst blasphemy that Activision could ever do. It's basically sacrilegious at this point.
Tung sahur, burr patapim. You're acting real loose and soft right now, booty. I need you tight and firm, alright, booty? I don't want any loose booty around here. I want a nice, tight booty at the helm. You understand me? Anyway, I'm getting off track. These constant boss fights are completely fucking stupid. The big boss in Modern Warfare 2 was a guy with a mustache. Now it is a Michael Rooker kaiju. A Michael Rooker kaiju that stole Bowser's entire moveset, by the way. The Rings of Fire, the Flaming Breath. Nintendo's coming for booty.
Yeah, but then again, considering, I would say how frivolous Nintendo is, if there was a lawsuit put in place for this, I would have actually encouraged it. I would have been on Nintendo's side for once.
That came out wrong. Nintendo's coming for booty's ass, and it's gonna be a mess. So long, Gay Harbor. Spicy quesadilla. When I saw this, I had to set the controller down. I had to go touch grass and think about life. I'm starting to question if Call of Duty was ever a good franchise. I came back, now I'm watching Frank
It used to be good. Now it's just a sad ash pile of an empty shell of its former self. This is what happens when companies like this get greedy.
Woods Vietnam vet turned into a giant flower monster. I know for a fact this was never a good franchise. I don't know how the fuck people thought that this could beat Battlefield 6. They couldn't even beat the allegation. This is a Call of Duty game.
Wait, let me see that again.
This could beat Battlefield 6. They couldn't even beat
Activision Blizzard to pay $54 million to settle California state workplace discrimination claims. Oh yeah, I remember this. Everybody was talking about it, how it was like a frat boy environment. Ugh.
the allegation. This is a Call of Duty game, and I'm fighting enemies straight out of Borderlands. I'm fighting spiders, ghouls, dinosaurs, clankers. This game used to be a serious game about serious things, damn it! And their health bars are preposterous. I have to dump our entire defense budget into every enemy. Look at how many bullets these clankers eat. Yeah, it's fine when Orc Raiders does it. We like them. We don't like you. I just wanted to make that clear. Look at this shotgun. 1, 2, 3. Fuck you, Activision. The weapons do so little damage, I might as well throw these metal shaker cups at them. Now, the cans on this can would get me canned on YouTube, so check out the link below using code BAMMONEY for 10.
Okay, now that's cool that... Oh, is he really into Bump Bump? But then again, she's a gym bro, so kind of figured... Or that'd be Fleek's thing. And also, it's cool that he's got a GamerSubs code now.
% off. Wow, even they knew the campaign was boring. How do I know this? They spam notifications every 3 seconds just to keep you from falling asleep mid-reload. Half the time they do it right in the middle of important dialogue. Can you imagine if the old games did that?
If they did this, Call of Duty would have died ages ago.
In other news, Activision was caught using AI to make the banner images, and people were shocked. If they're gonna use AI to make the banner images, I'm gonna use Gork AI to review their use of AI. Here we go. Adolf. Alright, that's enough of that. AI's not ready. Pimps, this is billion-dollar slop. They're gonna cut costs wherever the fuck they can. By next year, Activision's HR department is gonna be replaced by a Google Doc that just says, stop it. You used AI like this when you should have used AI like this. Do you see what you did wrong, Booty? As for the story, rumor has it they used AI to write that too, which would explain why half the campaign feels like a fever dream directed by ChatGPT after 3-4 locos and a head injury. As for the multiplayer, I gave up on all that when they started micromanaging your fun with skill-based matchmaking. It always goes like this. The enemy team gets 4 sweats, and my team gets 4 people who installed the game by accident. After just an astonishing launch, Activision is thanking the fans for all the positive feedback, and they've actually chosen me to personally thank them, so let's do it. This game gave me acne, AIDS, allergies, Alzheimer's disease. Just an embarrassing release in an embarrassing game. Activision thanks you, West 1107. Anal itching, anxiety disorders, arthritis, asthma. This guy says, thanks to everybody for using code BAILMONEY with this close. Autism is bad.
Yeah, Arc Raiders is a definition of what not to looking at Black Ops 7, you need to study that just to know not what to do when making a game.
Fastest bad breath. I got scammed. Yes, you did. And Activision thanks you for it. Bacterial vaginosis, benign prostate hyperplasia, that's French. Bipolar disorder, bone cancer, bone placement disorder. This franchise's eyes is dead. I couldn't have said it better myself. Brain cancer, brain.
Yeah, even though it was like pretty much bad grammar, but still, yeah. It was thanks to Black Ops 7 that the franchise is dead.
Damage, brain tumors, bronchitis. Thumbs up.
Ugh. So horrible. So horrible. Well, that's it for this video. No surprise on how much of a brutal roasting Fleek gave to Black Ops 7, but then again, it's generally justified. Mainly because of how stupid, not to mention the fact that AI slop was used. Not to mention the fact that the background is AI-generated slop up in a majority of the campaigns, but in a majority of the maps for the campaign and everything else. I thought AI slop up was the epitome of bad for this game, only to find out that the campaign is a lot worse. And the worst part is, they literally dunked on the legacy of one of the best antagonists that the franchise had to offer, Raul Menendez. What was Activision thinking? That had to be literally the worst dunking on, not only just for Menendez, but also for David Mason. Did they really think that doing something weird like this was gonna fix the issue it had? Also, how would they bring back Menendez when it was confirmed that a couple of years ago that the actual actor that did the mocap and the voice lines for Menendez passed away a few years ago? Point is, Black Ops 7, it is literally not worth it, even on Xbox Game Pass. Yes. Activision and Treyarch would have to literally pay me, like, I don't know, $100 million, or even better yet, close to $1 billion as a bribe. They've enforced me to sign an NDA. Just to convince me to play it. But then again, I doubt Activision would. Then again, I doubt Activision would waste its time. It's just so sad what Treyarch had to do because of Activision's stupid choices. I don't really blame developers when it comes to this type of thing. More like I blame the publishers responsible, because the developers just make a game. At the end of the day, unless you're like an indie studio, or just like one or two, maybe a few, maybe a small little group of 5 or 6, or how many guys that would count as a small group. When you got a multi-million-dollar publisher behind your back, you pretty much have to listen to them like how a company has to listen to stockbrokers. Listen to stockholders. It's just sad. Anyways, that's it for me. If you liked today's video, despite all the rants and rambling, please leave a like. Drop a comment down below. Also, please feel free to hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon to get notified when I post new videos or when I go live. If you guys want to catch me live at any time, I'm on Kick and Rumble. Oh, I'm gonna be mixing the days up going forward, possibly. I don't know yet. I haven't fully committed going back to Rumble just yet. But if you guys want to find me on Kick, you can find me over at kit.com/blazingkitsadayVTuber. But if you guys want to find me on Rumble instead, you can go to rumble.com/blazenwolf, which is spelled capital BLAZEIN capital WOLF. Until next time, see you guys later. And I promise the next one, and it'll be a lot more joyful and better. I didn't intend to make that rhyme.